enough, there are no Grand Cru vineyards in Meursault. There you are. Fun fact, nor in Nuit Saint-Georges, as it happens. Massively popular, super high quality villages with a lot of really wonderful single vineyards. Le Saint-Georges, for example, surely that should be a Grand Cru, but no, it's not, and nor in Meursault. The largest of its Premier Cru vineyards is Meursault Charme, which is this wine here, and it's phenomenal. It's also the one with the best exposure. It's the best altitude. It's the most southerly of the Premier Cru vineyards that abuts right onto the village of Pouligny-Montrachet. So there's no doubting it's very high quality, but it's just Premier Cru as opposed to Grand Cru. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. It's amazing stuff, regardless. Grown on limestone, schistous, marl soils that are rocky and kind of tricky for vine roots to get through, but that's part of the magic. That plus the exposure and exposition to the sun gets you these amazingly, in terms of potential, amazing long ripening vines, long ripening periods. And in 2017, it was given that perfect opportunity. Rather, 2014, which is another one of my favourite vintages. It's not. The 14s were quite closed at first, quite shy, and then it took a while to unopen. Even years later, they still felt much more poised and more intriguing, for example, than the 2015. So you take one from each vintage, try them side by side from the same wine, same maker, you find massive differences between the vintages. It's a really nice thing to do. 17 is a bit like that too. It was almost quite shy at first when you try and think, oh, golly, this is going to be really interesting or intriguing. Half an hour later, and it really opens up. It's absolutely stunning stuff, even at this age, which is 3-4 years old, and it after a while it smells of hawthorn, sort of stoniness, but then you get notes of marzipan and like dairy notes, vanilla, toast, butter. It's absolutely it's a real feast for the senses, because then you have a sip of the stuff and it totally coats your mouth with then balancing acidity to finish it. This is absolutely limited edition Rolls-Royce Chardonnay from a really, really good vintage in the hands of an absolute phenomenal winery as well. So savour it and enjoy it, and with moderation, absolutely dive in head first.